Kylian Mbappe. Where do I even start with this guy? We're probably talking about arguably one of the best players in the world, a generational talent, but we're also talking about one of the biggest divas in the game at the moment. I mean, he's taken Ronaldo diva to another level. He has taken it to another stratosphere. What he's doing is he's pretty much upsetting the whole world of football. It's been a long time since I've seen a player so universally, in a way, disliked. Of course, he has his stands, he has his fans, but PSG fans are hating on him at the moment. The online community are hating on him. Former legends. It's just so, from all angles, he's getting it. And I feel like it's time that, football always needs a villain. And it looks like Mbappe is going to have to embrace this villain arc. But where did this all start? Last summer, Mbappe had the option. Should I go to Real Madrid or should I go to PSG? It looked like he was going to go to Real Madrid. I thought he was going to go. I was already saying, Hala Madrid, it's lit. I'm going to get an Mbappe jersey. Life is good. But all of a sudden, in the last final hours, the final hours that are building up, you started hearing the president is coming to town. He's going to get involved. You started hearing all these talks about money and family promises and all sorts. Fast forward, it ends up coming true, and Mbappe signs a mega contract, which, even when I go on Google, you'll never find what the exact fee of what he's earning is at the moment. All I know is he's the highest paid player in the world, earning over $1 million a week. He got €100 million signing on fee for a 23-year-old getting €100 million signing on fee. It just shows the importance that PSG valued him at. Or maybe they just wanted to spite Real Madrid. You can't lose a player like that on a free. So I kind of understand it from that point of view. But when it comes to Mbappe, my issue has always been the best players play on the best stage. The best players are on the main... when you go to wireless or you go to a concert, you want to go to the main stage is where Beyonce is going to be. The main stage is where Drake is going to be. They're not going to be in the Pepsi Max corner. You know what I mean? I don't want Mbappe in the Pepsi Max. I want Mbappe on the main stage. That's where I want to be. So that's why I've always wanted him to go and play at the Theatre of Dreams. Go and play at the Bernabeu. Go and play at those type of stadiums regularly, week in, week out. October comes, I want to leave for footballing reasons. So he signed on, for me, it just confirms, he signed on initially for the money reasons. And now he wants to leave for footballing reasons. And part of these reasons apparently are he doesn't want to play in a certain position. Mate, you've got Messi and Neymar, who, with all due respect, they're better footballers than you. They are better footballers than Kylian Mbappe, like pure footballers. They are going to be the ones you want creating. Mbappe, you look to that last man and you be impactful and you be the devastating player you can be. But he wants to play in that role. He wants to create. He wants to show more of his ability, which I understand. However, when you got two veterans, GOATs like that, you just got to play a position. Big up what Thierry Henry said. Sometimes you just got to play your role for your team to be able to succeed. And Mbappe was obviously promised something else. He was promised that he's going to be the penalty taker. We already saw at the start of the season, him and Neymar had a falling out over that. He was even promised Neymar was going to leave the club. There's been so many promises that have been broken. So now he's throwing his toys out the pram. But let's be honest. Will he get these demands anywhere else? I'm sorry, Florentino Perez ain't making you do all of them things there, bro. Vinny's there. Benzema's there. Modric. Cruz. These are guys that have won Champions Leagues after Champions League. And Mbappe is going to come in and just want all of these things? Impossible. So if he's throwing his toys out the pram at PSG, what does he think he's getting elsewhere? What does he think he's getting at these real, historic, legendary clubs? Not a club that was founded in 1970. You know what I mean? PSG were founded in 1970. Let's get it right first and foremost. The history is not there like that. So Mbappe can move like that there. However, if he thinks he's going to be able to move like that at one of these top clubs, he's got another thing coming. So it's going to be interesting to see where he moves on. But I'll touch on that a little bit later. One thing that I don't like, and I would admit I don't like, because I really like Mbappe as a player, but one thing I don't like is how narratives in football can change so quickly. Starting this season, we're talking about a player who I'll probably say top 1, top 2, top 3 footballer in the world. Best player in the world, whatever you want to say. For me, I think he's the most impactful player in the world, if that even makes sense. Put him on the pitch, he's going to... What I've seen in the Champions League and what I see in the World Cup and what I see internationally, he is the player that when he is on form, how can I say, he's the one that makes the most difference in a game, I'll say. Turns the game on its head. However, now I saw the Champions League, the UEFA Champions League, the actual official page did a poll. Who's the better player, Holland or Mbappe? 72% voted Holland. Look. I like Holland, right? Holland's a great football player. He's a great player. He's going to be a machine. He might end up his career as one of the great, probably the greatest scorer ever at the way he's going. However, he is just not a better player than Mbappe. Mbappe has got more to his game, got more X factor, got more, he's better on the eye. There's just more to Mbappe's overall game than Haaland. However, because Haaland is now doing the job in the Premier League, the most watched league in the world, the EPL, everyone tunes in, the narrative changes quickly. Because when they were both in the Bundesliga and Liga 1, it was comfortably Mbappe. Now that Haaland is doing it on the main stage, as I keep saying, yes, I don't think Man City are necessarily the biggest club in the world, but they are playing their football on the main stage. Alongside KDB and all these ballers, Pep Guardiola, everyone wants to see it. Haaland, through a sheer velocity of goals, can end up in the Ballon d'Or conversation. Mbappe has 183 goals in 230 games for PSG. You would even know it because you're like, okay, cool, that's decent. Haaland has got his 20 goals or something this season and already Ballon d'Or. Woo! Ballon d'Or time. He's the favourite. It's looking like it's coming to Haaland. He's going to win the first one of that little rivalry that they've got going on, the media rivalry or whatever. But he's going to be the one to bring it home first. It just shows for me that you need a player like that, as I keep saying, needs to be on the main stage because it's now, I feel he's being disrespected. But that's because he's now the most hated guy in football. Is the Real Madrid move still on? For me, I think that Real Madrid move might be gone. Don Perez, Florentino is one of the most ruthless men in football. His track record is ridiculous. We know what he's done. We know with the Galacticos, and we know he was obsessed with Mbappe. But he's also a very petty man as well, and we've seen this as well. He'll go and get Haaland, you know. He will go and get Holland just to annoy Mbappe. And be, you know, Holland, you're coming here. You're going to be my Galactico. Mbappe, you had a chance. Nah, I don't want you. You know when you have that girl, you know you have a girl, right? And you're chasing this girl so much. And she's pieing you off. And then you see, ooh, who's that new one? You go to a motive and you see, oh, who's that new one? You go get that girl. Then she comes back like, oh, no, do you know what? It was just the wrong time. Beat it, chick. Beat it. ain't nobody want you no more. You know, beat it. I've seen this new shiny toy over here. So that is basically what is happening. So I actually think the doors are closing on a move to Real Madrid. Perez, I just don't see him now pulling it. And the Real Madrid fans, they absolutely hate that guy. They absolutely hate that guy. So it's going to be very interesting to see what happens. So there's only a few options for Mbappe to go to. And I think I'm going to give you the 3 clubs that I think he can go to at this point. Let's be honest, Serie A, it ain't happening. Bundesliga, it ain't happening. He has to come to the Premier League. He has to come to the Premier League. And I think the 3 clubs that can afford him, well, one of these clubs maybe might not be able to afford him, but 2 clubs that can definitely afford him, Manchester United and Chelsea. And you got interesting angles here. You got Manchester United with Cristiano Ronaldo, who's on this unbelievable wage, who's going to end up leaving the club. And United love, with the Glazers, the Americans, they love to have that marquee player that's going to sell shirts, that when we go to tour in Florida, everyone's going to be turning out for that certain player. The American owners love it. And I think that is the type of platform. Let's run it back, actually. There's only been 2 Ballon d'Or winners in the Premier League. 80% of them have been in the La Liga. But there's only been 2 Ballon d'Or winners in the Premier League. And one of them was Cristiano Ronaldo at Manchester United. And the other one was Michael Owen at Liverpool, who are the other club who are very much linked with Mbappe at the moment. And I just don't understand how that one is going to work. I mean, you just gave Salah 400,000. You've just signed Darwin Núñez. They're not really a club that throw money at the wall like that. Klopp just complained about how City are just way financially above anyone else. I don't know how that move is going to necessarily happen. But hey, LeBron James is there, Nike, who knows? He's always been flirting with the idea of Liverpool. He said that he loves the way Liverpool play football, a historic, legendary football club who have produced a Ballon d'Or winner already. So that's Manchester United, that's Liverpool, 2 of the top 5 clubs in the history of football. And then you got Chelsea, who came through in a similar way to how PSG have now in terms of the takeover, and then they've become a super club. But they've got Todd Bowley, who he wanted Cristiano Ronaldo, and that is one of the reasons why he fell out of Tuchel. He wanted Cristiano Ronaldo just for the sole purpose that he wanted a superstar at the club. He wanted to announce himself as, here's my marquee signing, we're going to do this, we're going to announce ourselves to the world again and show that we're ready to be serious. So who better to go and grab than Mbappe? And I actually think Chelsea are a real sleeper in this Mbappe chase, because they can afford it. They have an owner who's gassed. Let's be honest. They have an owner who's ambitious and gassed and would love to do it. What's really stopping it? What is really stopping it? And we know, I mean, Mbappe had a trial. He had a trial with Chelsea when he was younger. He has some ties there. You know what I mean? He has some ties. There's a picture of him smiling next to a Drogba t-shirt, I think it is. So who knows? Maybe they're going to tap into that. But I think it's time for Mbappe to come to the Premier League and show everyone. Go head to head with Holland. Let me know who you think he can go to. Let me know what you think about this whole Haaland-Mbappe debate. I want to see your comments. Flood the comments. Make sure you like, make sure you share, make sure you subscribe. And the thing is, I don't think this is the last time I'm going to be talking about Kylian Mbappe. I'm your boy CultureCams. This is FTBL Culture, and I'm out.